Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking makeup dupes. I'm going to be showing you 10 drugstore or affordable makeup products that are as good as or better than their luxury or high-end counterparts. And as I did with my last dupes video, on one half of my face I have the affordable products and on the other I have the high-end. So before we get started, vote really quickly. I have the little poll drop down up in the corner, whichever corner it is, and let me know which side you think is which. Now, I have a little bit more light coming in on this side, so there's a little bit more sheen over there. But I've been wearing these things and testing them out, and they are pretty spot on. I take dupes videos pretty seriously. Now, if something's more of an alternative, I'll be sure and let you know. I can't wait to see which you think is which half of the face. I think doing it this way just gives you that visual a little bit better so that you can make the decision whether it's worth it to you to splurge or save a little bit of money. There are 14 or 15 cruelty-free items throughout this video. I will be making that note. I know that's very important to a lot of you. Oh, and I do have a bonus product in here. So I guess it's really 11 products, not 10. There's a reason for the bonus product, and you will know why as we go through as well. So let's go ahead and get started. If you are not subscribed to my channel and you enjoy videos like these, Everyday Beauty Made Easy, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and become part of the family. All right, let's go ahead and get into the dupes. Now, some of these items have been living right under my nose, and I didn't even realize they were dupes for each other. Now, I know there are variables that are going to come into play, like what skincare you use, primer, powder, things like that. But I feel like the finish that I get from both of these foundations, the longevity, pretty much everything I get from these foundations is pretty spot on. And it didn't even really dawn on me until I happened to pull them both out in the same week. And I thought, yeah, these are pretty much dupes. And side note, if you agree or disagree with me on any of these products in this video, leave me a comment down below. I always like getting your thoughts. The high-end foundation is Bare Minerals Bare Pro. I know a lot of you like this, and if you haven't tried it, it is a beautiful foundation if you want something that gives a soft, demi-matte finish and is very long wearing. I have worn this in extreme conditions where I have been sweaty. I live in a very hot and humid environment. Oh, I am in my mid-40s and I do have combination oily skin. I get oily in my T-zone. I can get shiny pretty quickly, and I do have sensitive skin as well. So, you know, I've got a lot of stuff that I have to pay attention to. I don't want to accentuate anything bad in my skin, any fine lines. I don't want anything to settle in my pores. I mean, does anybody? And this does everything that I want it to do. It looks beautiful, it blurs my pores, and it lasts a long time. So enter another lovely foundation that always ends up in my top foundation videos because of how well it performs and how beautiful it looks on the skin and how inexpensive it is. Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. I love this foundation. It has been a long-time favorite of mine, and I will tell you now that I have one on each side of my face and I cannot tell a difference. I feel like they look exactly the same in terms of finish before setting, which is a little bit more satiny. Once I set them, they're initially more velvety matte, and then they kind of morph into a demi-matte finish as the day goes on and my oils kind of mix with the foundation. I can go a fairly long time without blotting these foundations. They blur the pores, they don't settle into lines. They both give medium to full coverage that I can sheer out or build up. I just love both of these foundations so much. Now, I would venture to guess if you have dry skin, maybe the dewy and smooth version of the Maybelline Matte and Poreless might do the same thing. I'm not sure about that. I haven't tried that version, but these are pretty spot on. And I feel like you can truly see on the left side of my face, which is the high-end side, and the right side, which is the affordable side, they're really comparable. So you can spend $34, which isn't atrocious for a foundation, but you could spend $7.99 on a fantastic foundation. So the blush I have on my high-end side is Marc Jacobs Air Blush in Flesh and Fantasy. This is one of my favorite neutral blushes because it seems to go with everything, and it has a slight sheen to it to where it gives a glow but not a shimmer. It just makes you look healthy, and if you're one that is a little highlighter apprehensive, it does give that sheen, but without you needing to wear a highlighter. It's kind of a pink neutral. It's really, really pretty. And this is another dupe that was just sitting under my nose. This is the CoverGirl blush in Soft Mink that so many of you talked me into trying. I actually tried this in my trying my subscribers' favorite underrated products video. I'll link that for you. I find that when I kind of mix all these shades together, I get the same sheen that I get from the CoverGirl. They look the same. I am so glad that I found that these were dupes for each other. So the Marc Jacobs is $42 and the CoverGirl is $4.99. They are both cruelty-free, but you are saving almost 10 times as much getting the cruelty-free option. I do believe that CoverGirl has changed the packaging of their blush since I got mine, so it's a little bit better now, but this is a really, really great dupe. You're getting a twofer with this one. I have two high-end items. Oh, hey Luke, you stretching back there? I have two high-end items that this one drugstore product is duping, because the drugstore product has two shades in it. So I'll tell you about the two high-end items first. This first one is absolutely stunning, and the second one is just a cult favorite that so many of you like. So this first one is the Laura Mercier Face Illuminator in the shade Indiscretion. These are so beautiful. They look like they are going to be super metallic and just blow you away and be just way too in your face for those of you who like just subtle highlighters, but it's really, really beautiful. It is what I have on my face now. If the lighting is so that you can't see it right now, because you can see it in real life, I'll try and put a picture, and I'll also have swatches here in a minute too. It's just a pretty kind of rose gold shade that's just so pretty, and it's just not too much, you know? So the other shade, the other side of the highlighter, is duping Ofra Rodeo Drive. I have the old version. They have redone their packaging. I really need to get the new packaging because my lid broke off. So Ofra Rodeo Drive is just this beautiful champagne gold shade, and the dupe is Pixie Subtle Sunrise. Now you'll notice based on the swatch that the pink tones are slightly off. The one in the Pixie and Laura Mercier Indiscretion, you cannot tell on the face. I have them both on right now. That's why I chose these to wear today. You can't tell I have different highlighters on. I actually had these on yesterday, went out of the house. No one noticed I had different highlighters on. I know most of you probably know this, but swatches don't tell the full story. You can swatch something on your hand, on your arm, whether it be blush, bronzer, foundation, and shades can look completely off from each other, but when they're blended out, they can look very, very similar to each other on the face. And that is the case here. They just look beautiful. And actually the tones of the two foundations that I showed you, I'll put the shades down below, are different, but blended out on the face, they look the same. I don't think the two halves of my face look like I'm wearing different shades of foundation. And the price difference, Laura Mercier Indiscretion is $45. Rodeo Drive by Ofra is $29, and the Pixie highlighter with two shades is $18. And the Pixie is cruelty-free. Laura Mercier and Ofra, I'm not showing as being cruelty-free. Now, I almost didn't show this next dupe because there is a slight tone difference, but I just had to because there are so few dupes out there for this product. I don't know why. I guess maybe it's just really, really hard to dupe. But this to me is a drugstore alternative that saves you so much money. And once it's on the lips, you really can't tell enough of a difference to make a difference. And it's usually under something anyway, so it really doesn't matter. I see a lot of dupes recommended for Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, and most of them aren't spot on, even though they're called dupes. And I see a lot for other Charlotte Tilbury liners, but I don't see hardly any for Iconic Nude. And the ones that I've seen recommended are a little bit more orangey brown than this true nude brown that's cut with just a hint of pink. Iconic Nude is just, it's a staple for me. I love it. It's beautiful. This is just this perfect brown. The consistency is beautiful. It wears a long time. It's just a really great lip liner. So the near dupe that I found is the NYX lip pencil in Natural. Now you can see on my lips, I have the Charlotte Tilbury on the left side, and it does have a little bit more brown to it, but you can even see in the swatch that there's just not that much of a difference. This is the NYX on top, and this is the Charlotte Tilbury Iconic Nude on the bottom. When you have them on the lips, and if you have even a gloss or a lipstick over them, you just can't tell that much of a difference. And you are saving almost $20. The formula of the NYX liner is really nice. It's not quite as creamy as the Charlotte Tilbury, but it's still a really great lip liner. I have like 4 shades of these NYX liners and I keep buying them. They're just great. And for, I think, $2.40 a piece versus $22, you're saving a lot of money on a pretty darn disposable product. So I had to include this because this is just a great alternative to Iconic Nude if you just haven't been able to pull the trigger. So this is why I didn't put this video in order, because this category was so odd. I didn't want you guys just to leave the video and think, okay, is her entire video going to be like this? No, it's not. This is just such an odd category, but I needed to put it in here because these are so much alike that this is more of a brand preference and just kind of what you're looking for. And they're both cruelty free. So it's not like I'm giving you a cruelty free option either, but they are dupes. And if you have one, you probably don't need the other. The on the surface high-end product is the Marc Jacobs Accomplice Concealer. It is $32 for 0.17 ounces of product. Do you call that ounces when it's less than an ounce? I don't know. So it breaks out to be $47 per 0.25 ounces, which is kind of how you do concealers. Concealers don't come in an ounce size because that's the size of a foundation. It's just a stick concealer. It's very, very creamy. It's really pretty under the eyes. And I like having a stick concealer for days when I'm getting ready really quickly. I find that I can just dab them under my eye and they're a lot quicker to blend out than a liquid concealer. And if you find the right stick concealer that's creamy, they look really pretty under the eyes. And the dupe is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Concealer. I've talked about these for quite a while on my channel now. These are actually $24 for 0.09 ounces of product, which breaks out to be $66.75 for 0.25 ounces of product, which is a little less than $25 more per 0.25 ounces of product. I mean, who would have thought that this little stick, because you get so much less, almost half as much, would be so much more than the Marc Jacobs. But I did just want to let you know that if you have one of these, you don't really need to be lusting after another because they are so similar. And honestly, these sticks are going to last you forever. So if you do want to spend a little bit less money up front, $24 versus $32, it's a little bit less. These are both just so creamy. They apply under the eyes so easily and so quickly, and they're hydrating. I never really liked a stick concealer until I found this Bare Pro one, and then I found this one and I like it too. So you can't go wrong with either. They are dupes, even though one's not a drugstore dupe. I just had to show you these two. The pricey eyeshadow palette that I have on this eye is the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette. A lot of you have been coveting this palette, have been looking at it. The warm colors are so pretty. The quality is really beautiful. Of course, it's Natasha Denona. Very easy to blend out, very easy to work with. It is cruelty free. It is Natasha Denona. It's $65. I received from Alter Ego recently the new Aurora palette. It is $16. And as with every Alter Ego palette I've tried so far, it is beautiful and easy to work with, easy to blend out, and the shades give you pretty much the exact look that you would get from the Natasha Denona palette. I've used several Alter Ego palettes now, and I've been super impressed with the quality in many cases. I have actually liked the quality of the Alter Ego palettes better. I actually like the finer glimmer particles in the Alter Ego palette than the Natasha Denona. Can't say that. Then the Natasha Denona, I just found them easier to work with and they just went on more smoothly for me. I was having some camera issues when I was doing my eyes, so just to let you know, to get this look, I went in first in my transition with Star from Alter Ego, and I'll put the comparable Natasha Denona shade somewhere on the screen, with Star from Alter Ego. Then I went in with Twilight into my crease. Then on my lid, I went in with Dawn. That's that purpley shimmery shade. Then I decided I wanted a little bit of this yellow just to kind of warm up the crease a little bit, and I went in with Shine to kind of finish it off, and I did deepen up some things with Twilight a little bit more in the end. It was super easy, and I've really been enjoying this palette, and it is $16. You cannot beat that for the quality. So the highlighter I have on the left side of my face is the Hourglass Luminous Bronze Light. Now, I know a ton of you really love the Hourglass bronzers, powders, all the Hourglass things. So do I. This is a beautiful highlighter. I think this one would probably work for light to medium skin tones like myself, and lighter. It's perfect for my skin tone, actually, just for a very subtle highlight. Now, what I have on the right side of my face, which looks identical, is the number 7 bronzer in Golden Sand. Now, they look nothing alike here, but somehow they both give just the same exact look. So if you're not wanting to spend $52 on the Hourglass bronzer, you can spend $12.99 on the number 7 bronzer and get just a beautiful, luminous, subtle glow that brightens up the face for a drugstore price. Okay, let's talk about the lip gloss that I have on. I've really been loving gloss a lot because the formulas are just not what we used to think of them. The higher end gloss that I have on, which, oh, I just realized there's fingerprints all over this, is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. This is the original. It's very shiny and glossy. It feels good on the lips, and I find that it's got a substance to it, but it's not super sticky. It just makes my lips feel nice and hydrated. So the gloss that I feel like has a very similar shade to it, if not the exact same shade once it's on the lips, is the Revlon Super Lustrous Gloss in Rosy Future. Now, the wand is obviously smaller, so I do take the full amount on this wand to get the same effect as I do when I scrape off this wand. But half and half on my lips right now, they feel the same. I feel like they look the same. I get the same effect. They both leave my lips feeling very moisturized. They give just a juicy, plump, nice rosy look to the lips. It's not too pink, it's not too brown. It's just kind of a muted pink, you know? So there's kind of a color difference there on the wrist. But once it goes on the lips, because they are kind of on the sheer side with a tint to them, I just find they look pretty even. So the Fenty is $18 and the Revlon is around $8, but Revlon runs a lot of sales. A lot of these drugstore products run a lot of sales. So you can save even more money than the prices I'm quoting you here today. Okay, so this is a product that is limited edition and it is not available anymore, and it is luxury. I know a lot of you have been looking at it. This is the Tom Ford Cream and Powder Eye Color in Fleur Neige. And it's got this deep taupe cream eyeshadow, and it's also got this shimmery powder, kind of silver. It's almost kind of a translucent silver shade. And it is $65 for that product. Quite pricey. Now, this dupe falls under the category of being an affordable product versus a drugstore product. This is Nude Sticks Twilight. And you can see here, based on the swatches, that they are spot on. Now, this doesn't have the shimmer sparkle shade, but you could probably recreate that with a shadow that you have in your current stash somewhere, as long as you have the base shade. I wore these out of the house yesterday on each eye. I asked Brooke, my 14-year-old, if they look like the same shade, and her answer was yes. She couldn't even tell I was wearing 2 different colors or textures of product on my lids. This one is actually easier to apply because it's in stick form, so you just color it on and blend it out. And this is $26. It's about a third of the price of the Tom Ford, and it's available. So you can actually get this, and this one is gone. So I just had to include this in this video. Even though it's not drugstore, it is still pretty affordable in comparison to the Tom Ford product. And I know it's kind of hard to find these deep taupey shades. I don't know, I just kind of find them hard to dupe sometimes. So I was happy to find a dupe. This is a product that I almost didn't put in here because I think it's being discontinued, but I have found some sources that still carry it. So I'm going to link those for you because this is such a great dupe, and it actually is really pretty on the skin. Now, I don't have this on my face today. I do have it on the back of my hand. Now, the high-end product that we're duping is the Milk Makeup Lit Highlighter Stick, which I think is such a beautiful highlighter. It's not fake looking. You can build it up. You can sheer it out. It just looks really lovely on the skin. And what we're duping it with is the NYX Bright Idea stick in the shade Champagne Shimmer. And I just find both of them to look really natural on the skin, even when they give off a sheen and they don't emphasize anything bad. So I wanted to link it so that you could get it while you can. The Milk Makeup stick is $28 and the NYX is $8. So I think that's a significant savings. I could easily see not wanting to spend $28 on something you may not use every day. So if you can save money on products like this, I definitely want to try and help you do so. Okay, all of these products in this video are makeup dupes except for this one, and this is a skincare dupe. Both of these options are cruelty free and they are wonderful if you are wanting an excellent makeup remover before you go in to cleanse your face. So this is the Pharmacy Green Clean Makeup Melt Away Cleansing Balm. It is $34 for 3.4 ounces or $22 for 1.7 ounces. I have bought this with my own money, but this is a big jumbo size that they sent me, which I am really glad to have in backup right now because I love this stuff. It's really, really great. It's got a nice light scent to it. And some of you know what I'm going to say the dupe for this is. Physicians Formula has a balm that is a dupe for this, which I was holding on to the empty container of for months and months to use in this dupes video, and somehow it got thrown away. So I'll put a picture somewhere in this video, but it is $7.99 for 1.4 ounces, which is comparable to that $22 for 1.7 ounces of this. Now I find that there's a little bit more fragrance in the Physicians Formula, but they both do have a little bit of fragrance, but neither one ever bothers my eyes, and my eyes are really sensitive and so is my face. Neither one bothers my face either. They're both green. They both work really, really well at removing makeup, even stubborn waterproof makeup. I just love them both. I know a ton of you really like this product, but if you're wanting to save some money on that pre-cleansing step, you may want to try the Physicians Formula and see how you like it in comparison. So I know some of these are going to vary for you depending on your skin tone and things like that, but I do want to know if you've tried any of these and you agree with me. If you disagree, what are some dupes that you've found that other people might not know about? I would love to hear about those in the comments section. And again, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button and become part of the family. I would love to have you here on a regular basis. I hope you enjoyed this dupes video. I absolutely love doing makeup dupes and definitely want to keep doing these on a regular basis for you if you are enjoying them as much as I am. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!